for the main event, the Rubiton Stakes here at Caulfield today. First leg of your 50. Here the Angel touched 180.
They're about to up the ante, coming to the bend at the 450. Miss Lucille under a grip in front. Here the Angel's about to go up and lay it down. Then came Let Go Tomo and the green and white. Mondano outside of him from Road the Royals and Message Bank. Homeward bound, Miss Lucille in front. Brown about to break the shackles on Here the Angels. He pumps him into gear now and he hits the lead. Let Go Tomo's out after him. Further back, Message Bank. Here the Angels in front. Let Go Tomo can't get to him. Here the Angels, favourite looking good. He's looking real good in the Rubiton, and Here the Angels steams to victory. A length and 3/4. Let Go Tomo. Raid the Royals third from Message.
Here the Angels just...
Well, the sectionals confirm it.
In God's Hand, the two beautifully bred 4-year-olds they are now, and by him, this is a nice little fella. He's got a lot of sort of strength about him, God's Hand, and rattled. Indeed, God's Hand now $3.40 into $3.20.
Leaders followed by Bellagio win on the outside of Wesley Manor. God's Hand is starting a run 3 wide, but he's got nothing to bring him into the race. He's coming up now. Then came Gold Member, and last of all is Victory Scene. Zubac is now flat to the boards and pinched a break coming around the turn. Zubac by 2 on Subtle Glance and 3 Swallows, and then Smart and Fast. God's Hand's got up to 5th on the outside, followed by Bellagio Win, and no use going back any further. Zubac in front at the 300 from Subtle Glance, 3 Swallows coming, and so too is God's Hand on the outside. Zubac is still defying them, 200 to go. 3 Swallows and God's Hand are starting to round them up now. God's Hand and 3 Swallows race to Zubac, and God's Hand on the outside has hit the front and won it. God's Hand's got up in the last bound to win it from either Zubac or 3 Swallows, and then came Subtle Glance, followed by
second last start.
Yeah, good performance, God's Hand. No excuse to the Beaten Brigade. They had a picnic up in front. A lot of horses just waiting for the maestro Bart Cummings to come through. He's just making his...
To Trentham, the Group 3 Trentham Stakes Weight for Age. 2400 is coming up, and Excellent having his 3rd run back from a spell. He's coming.
Them Kerry O'Reilly. Coleman's got Excellent to the outside. 400 metres to go, and he's asking him to let him down now. Have a look at him. Here comes Excellent. Excellent swept to the lead on the outside. 3 Chimneys fighting hard. Ever Swindell through over on the inside. It's Excellent in front of the centre of the racetrack, and he's got a length and a half in front of them now. For trying hard, 3 Chimneys. He's done enough. Excellent, as big as a bull. He'll take a lot of improvement out of this, but he's got it as he liked. 3 Chimneys second, Ever Swindell third, and then Delbray back in behind these runners. Then has been Kerry O'Reilly. Further back has been Miles, and the last will be Twinkling.
Well, he's a Melbourne Cup place getter. He's a former New Zealand Horse of the Year, and it's great to have him back in top form. Excellence for news from New Zealand, very important. Excellent has pulled up quite distressed after taking out the Trentham Stakes there. The jockey dismounted very quickly. Michael Coleman, they just moved. He is a horse. There's the connections. Michael Moroney and Michael Coleman. And they're
off the top of the show. As we know, Excellent returned as a winner yesterday in New Zealand, but it's sad news this morning. What we can tell you is that Excellent won't race again. We've got some pictures of Excellent. This is the straight after the win. As you can see, Michael Moroney's just arrived there. They put a bandage straight away on the leg. Now, we can confirm now that the horse has a severe suspensory sprain. It's also got a couple of bone chips on the near front fetlock, and the racing career is over.
30 over there. There they are. They're at the gates, and this will be jumping pretty much.
As they turn, Maximum Star after them. Pinsoir searching for a run in between. Runners slammed out of the gate. Then K's awake over on the inside. Arumang is the next rider out. Pin him down and Smart way. He has an RC change for the effort. Clifton Prince over on the outside. She goes for an RC change. She finds it at 200. She's a length and a half. She's 2 lengths in front of them. C change. Applaud the great mare as she guns away for her 6th Group 1 victory, and outstanding. She's really dealt to them. C change from K's Awake and Maximum Star. Dashing home, Designer and Erlander. Pinsoir behind them. Then Brianna followed through. Right way further back has been Mary Allen and Muntin. How about that?
Yeah, exactly right. That was explosive. That was dynamic, the way she just powered away from them in the last little bit. As the caller said, here's Gavin McKeon asking.
Time, Peter. C change.
They're the horses you love to train. They're just so honest. They come up every preparation, and I think you had anything to do with her, you'd be really proud.
Yeah. Well, she's won 6 Group 1s now. She was freshened up there at 1200, which is not a best distance. They've run 1:6.6 with them alarm clocks they got in New Zealand, but
they actually ran 1:7.1.
Eh?
Oh.
Well,
That's
with
the
your
time.
technology, is it?
No, I just clocked it last night, but
First race on Australia Day, and LeBron, the number one with the Australian flag. Sadfield of 5 is God's Hand, and he's $1.95. 5 is God's Hand. He's $1.95, still on course. He's a 4-year-old entire by Galileo.
Charm last as they wheel at the 600. Well, Buzzy Henry's been attacked left, right and centre by Nuclear Sky as they turn, and running up into third spot and about to peel God's Hand. LeBron comes around him and 4 lengths Ken Charm. They flatten at the 400 metres mark. Buzzy Henry, Nuclear Sky being set upon by God's Hand. A length away LeBron, Ken Charm 3 back. Buzzy Henry trying to fight off God's Hand, who puts the head in front. Battling away Nuclear Sky, then came LeBron. It's God's Hand taking the lead. Favourite looking sweet at the 100 pole. Raced away by a length and a half to 2 lengths on a gallant Buzzy Henry, but God's Hand had the perfect run and he goes on to victory. Wins it by 2 1/4 lengths to a LeBron, Ken Charm 3 back. Buzzy Henry trying to fight off God's Hand, who puts the head in front. Battling away Nuclear Sky, then came LeBron. It's God's Hand taking the lead. Favourite looking sweet at the 100 pole. Raced away by a length and a half to 2 lengths on a gallant Buzzy Henry, but God's Hand had the perfect run and he goes on to victory. Wins it by 2 1/4 lengths to a very gallant Buzzy Henry. Ken Charm got home for third. Nuclear Sky
Heels, and then he went. There are the interim.
Let's have a look now for the 2-year-olds, the Blue Diamond previews. The first up is the colts in the geldings, and this is the colt by Hassane in front, Rianne.
Which been produced on Perfect Performer, and Danneborg's 2 away. Around the bend, Rianne the first to turn. Sneaks a break now in Palzago. Detroit Tiger lengthening, then Perfect Performer in behind, and Danneborg still last. Still Rianne though, going well. Leads by 2 1/2 on Detroit Tiger, getting to Palzago. But it's all Rianne, and the Australia Day colours will salute. Rianne bolts away, wins by 5. Detroit Tiger's second, Palzago.
By Hassane out of Ride. David Hayes and Dwayne Dunelf.
He's only 2 minutes away. We mustn't run into that race.
Beauty Watch on the outside's about to go after it, and Eramine is getting into the clear to come after them as well. Alberta is next, and Lancaster Park is staying hard up against the inside. 300 to go, and Eramine, the old stage, is out after them. Lancaster Park and Alberta have cut through on the inside. Amy Annan and Beauty Watch are gone. It's Eramine on the outside. Look at the old boy go with 100 metres to go. He's taken the lead, and doesn't he love a wet track? 61 kilos and all, but he's got class on his side and he wins it easily. Lancaster Park second, Beauty Watch third, then came Alberta, followed by Amy Annan, and last in was Grand Ellick.
New South Wales. The Middies Vanity Stakes is the first of our feature, group right here, and number 1 is Azari.
Pleasant Sunday Girl carrying a bit of condition. Whatever she does today, she'll improve greatly on as Class Prevails moves in. Lady Phoebe should get a real easy lead. Lady Phoebe, a clear front runner, led by 2 1/2 to 3 lengths. Musadora coming off her back and about to give chase. 2 lengths Pleasant Sunday Girl being tracked up by Princess Gisela in the blue. They were followed by Catherine Gull. Zarita under heavy weather at the moment, ridden along. Then came Spring Drinks, Miss Marielle, Tresor and Class Prevails. Musadora strikes the front at the 350. Pleasant Sunday Girl giving chase. Princess Gisela just hit a bit of a flat spot there from Zarita and Catherine Gold. It's Musadora in front, and she's got a full head of steam up at the 150. Led by 2 lengths, trying hard, Pleasant Sunday Girl. Then Zarita and Princess Gisela. Musadora in front, and it's back-to-back for Musadora. Wins the Vanity from Pleasant Sunday Girl and Zarita. Princess Gisela every possible from Catherine Gold, Tresor. Spring Drinks, Miss Marielle.
On what you've done before.
Massively.
Quantum leap, and looks the goods too, because as Corey said there, they went along at a very solid speed there. The back markers were all entitled to get in the race. They never got sighted. This winner sat on the leader, Lady Phoebe, that went far too hard, but
it finished last.
Yeah, but this winner put a really strong kick in at the 250 and was kicking strongly here. Sign of better things to come, but it was a huge improvement and more to come, I think.
Big strong filly by Rock. Strong filly by Rock. That win is the sign of a top-class filly.
Is the first Group 1 of 2008, and Catch. Apache Cat's got to $5 on course and solid at that quote.
As I mentioned earlier, they bet as much as $2.10 a couple of days ago. We took a bet of $150,000 at $2.10. She's $1.90 at the moment. The punters haven't unleashed yet, but I reckon they're about to. The top weight Apache Cat at $5.50 is also going to be supported, but it's going to be a great betting race and a great race to watch.
Good on you, Alan. The punter said okay.
Lightning Apache Cat was slow to go, got a little bit of a squeeze, a score near the inside. Behind those from Stands Out Miss Finland and Swicker's last of all, settling at the 650. And it's Ticklish on the outside rail. Magnus, the red and white, and Gold Edition right there. Grand Jules next, the green and white colours of Belmer. They were followed by Apache Cat behind it. Miss Finland being hard ridden from Stands Out, Swick and a score. Down to the 350, Gold Edition put under pressure. Belmer slipped up her inside and now has put a nose in front. Magnus and Grand Jules there. Gold Edition's under plenty of pressure trying to fight on. Then came Apache Cat and getting through. Swick on the inside. Here's a go. Apache Cat, Gold Edition, Swick coming through from Belmer. Apache Cat, the big baldy face in front of Apache Cat, and Apache Cat wins it. Apache Cat from Swick, not sure third. Stands Out Miss Finland, flew late. Gold Edition was in hot water a fair way out.
Well, he certainly is, Bruce. That's his third consecutive first-up win. We all doubted him at the 1,000, but they were certainly trucking in front with Tick first up. And I tell you, Stands Out.
Stands Out's run a cracker.
We'll have a look at the start again in a minute, but Stands Out, of course, has been rewarded for his patience. The horse only had 3 runs, of course, in the spring, winning the Bletchingley and the Liston. 1, 3, 4.
And the announced retirement of the mighty mare herself in Gold Edition. We've got Big Racing Act 12 from 26 starts, $2.1 million in prize money. Went off $5.50. Of course, we know that Gold Edition ran 4th thereafter and was retired.
She's pulled up sound. There's no problems from that point of view, Bruce, but I think she showed us today that she was showing some signs of a bit of wear and tear, and being, you know, in the breeding industry and knowing how valuable she may be as a brood mare. And Ronnie Maund said to us straight after the race, well, say goodbye. That's the last time that she'll be on a race course. So she's retired as of today.
Well, bought for $130,000. She wins 17 races and $3.2 million. Steve, I know you're a great fan of
half her 37-odd starts, her continued high-level performance against the best of her age and taking on older horses as well. Gold Edition, and will be very fondly remembered by me.
Yeah, well, a lot of question marks here. Weekend Hustler run the Oakley Plate, $5.50. Apache Cat out to $6. Swick at $7. $2.90 now, $3 into $2.90. There's a totes on screen. No real moves here. $18 through Machino. Nicanero $50. Princess Cope 14. Chinquay Cheno around the 12.
Wise moving in. Here's Shinzig coming up to his barrier position. Mick Price saying that maybe Ruby Sent just in front of Shinzig. No, the stablemate on the fence. Then Ruby Sent. He's armed and ready to go. A length further back is Shinzig. Maldivian being pushed along in the centre, needing galloping room. On the fence, Coalesce. Casino Prince next. Giro Valley, Tears I Cry. Count to zeros. Well back with Nicanero. Princess Cape near the tail with Thua Machino as they turn. Taranabar giving a side up against the fence in front of Master Sasson and Ruby Sent. A hostile Craig Newitt pulls the persuader. He moves up. Maldivian struggling. Shinzig comes on. Nicanero's about to squeeze through. Nicanero going back to the insiders, diving through after Ruby Sent and Shinzig. They hit the line, nothing in it. Nicanero or Shinzig, nothing between them. Third will go to Ruby Sent, I think, from Princess Cope. Close up, Tears I Cry.
Terry Bailey, number is up, number 11. Number 11 is up. Shinzig has gone up into the frame here. Now, is that right? It sure is. Shinzig hasn't won since August 05. Mick Price, what a genius performance by him to pull this up. Nicanero, a tragedy beaten, had to weave through.
On track, he was 20-1 to 25-1, the winner Shinzig, while the stablemate Ruby Sent was $8 into 7. Was it the wrong result? Princess Cope in the blue and the red. She was unlucky, balked for room at the top of the straight, charged to the line. Nicanero, of course, obviously very good. His 7th Group 1 placing for Nicanero.
We saw a star emerge yesterday in Light Fantastic. Corey Brown rode the first. Have a look at this. This is a star.
Got out of the gate fast. El Guapo sprung the leads, going very quickly. Light Fantastic. Into third is Gibraltar. Tastic came off the bridle, being heeled along to go after the leaders. Then Pit Lane, Dandy Dollar, further back Dravidi as they turn. Arcadia flat to the boards with a mountain of work to do. Homeward bound Gibraltar Campion. He's swinging against the fave on the corner. She's bolting. Had a peep over the shoulder. Goes up, hits the lead from El Guapo. Light Fantastic starts to come on. He's going after her. Gibraltar Campion in front. Light Fantastic guns her down big time. Takes the lead and races away like a good horse. Comes on Light Fantastic by 2.5 lengths. I think Gibraltar Campion just lasted for second in front of King.
Well, he looks a good horse. He is a good horse, just be told. 1.985 is comparable time, feeling 11.69.
Money for it. 8, Miss Finland's been 5 out to 7. Everything else has drifted. All the money for the favourite.
For that, Alan, we are 3 minutes away from start time here.
It's Monet Rules. Apache Cat on the fence, sneaking through. Wide out, stands out. Coachinero the centre. Then Let Go Tomo, Flash Trick, a length and a half, Sonic Quest. And Miss Finland will have to come from last, the Great Mare, as they pass the 550. Charles swinging against Dance Hero. Monet Rules a halfback, stands out 3 wide. On the fence, Apache Cat. Dance Hero's yet to be clicked up. A length further back, Flash Trick as they come to the corner. Miss Finland second last. It's the Waterhouse Warrior, Dance Hero to the bend first. Stands out 3 wide. Monet Rules the centre, and they went past Dance Hero, who wobbled on the corner. Apache Cat's got his work cut out. Stands out Monet Rules. Apache Cat is flooding down the outside. Here he comes. Apache Cat takes the lead, and what a great win it is. Apache Cat comes on and wins it. Brown loses the whip past the line in the excitement from Stands Out and Monet Rules. Photo fourth, Sonic Quest, Dance Hero and Miss Finland from Coachinero. Let Go.
His 14th career victory, his 3rd Group 1 and his 5th second up success, and he's run 1.9.
Largo Lad, the $6.80 mark you're seeing there on Super Tab is pretty close to what you're getting. But at the moment, $2.30 for Light Fantastic on the tote, $2.60 on course.
Yes, looks to be Latorio there, I think, with the jockey just waiting to get back.
Up the Perry Cutton Cup. The Autumn Stakes, Group 2, Madison Viatorian, Light Fantastic jogging behind them. 2 away, Largo Lad, Villain marching, Latorio, Gabardon, Turfontaine, Kick and Chase. Homeward bound, Williams goes for an hour, Vivacious Spirit. She's 2 lengths in front. Light Fantastic comes to the outside, and he's unloading strongly from Viatorian. Further back in the field, Musadora, Vivacious Spirit in front. Light Fantastic's about to nail her. He's going after her strongly now. Vivacious Spirit joined by Light Fantastic. Light Fantastic takes the lead, and he's the real deal. Light Fantastic, 3/4 Vivacious Spirit. Photo third, Viatorian, and Largo Lad pelting home with marching, both bottle of a run.
But a star, not born but confirmed, Mick.
Yeah, it's a big ask. You know, I normally wouldn't ask a horse to do that. I wasn't able to do much with him during the week, you know, because he is backing up. I took a punt on just plain natural ability, and that's what he did.
Is he the best?
And that's what he did.
Is he the best horse you've trained, Mick?
Well, I'm going to say yes, because it's the right time and place to say yes, isn't it? I can't think of the one better than it, but he's still got to do it. You know, he's got to go and win a cock.
Absolutely. Stunning performance by this horse, Caroline, to come so quickly from a Kyneton maiden to this, and now a dominant favourite, one would think, for the Australian Guineas.
Listed race February 16, a week later a Group 3 race, now favourite for the Guineas.
Bob has a few trainers, and Mick's one of them, and good luck to him. I think he's got a superstar there.
Your view on the horse? I mean, you don't see horses come from a Kyneton maiden to Group 3 in 3 weeks.
I think we were very privileged yesterday. There was great racing highlighted by this horse. And
Alf?
Fixed odds, $4 in the Cadbury's Guineas. It's good odds. Craig Newitt goes back on, stick in the left hand. It'll straighten it up even more so. It is the real deal. It's as good as you've seen for a long time. But
Richie, there's the market. Light Fantastic, 550 into 350. Playwright.
It is the Pure Blonde St George Stakes over 1,800 metres. And
back your pick here, as Maldivian, Princess Cope and Ruby Set have all been quite...
Seafair at the best of the 3 totes, but they've backed plenty in the field.
For the St George. 1 away, Maldivian. Well, he's in a real zip fastener pocket there, Arnold. Outside of him, Ruby Scent, Seafarer between, further dropping back into 5th position, I should say, from Giro Valley, Princess Cape, Sermione. They were followed well back by Phil Machino as they start to up the ante. And 2 lengths to Red Lord coming to the bend. Maldivian went up on the inside of Tiranabar, who left the rail, and Big Mal strikes the front on the corner. Seafarer a length away, captures the outside from Ruby Scent. Princess Cape peels to the outside, and Giro Valley right down the outside from Sermione. Down to the 300 metres mark, and Maldivian straight away. Princess Cape is mowing him down. Princess Cape, the New Zealand mare, went whoosho and hit the lead. Sermione's running on the fence. Princess Cape in front. Sermione's diving. Princess Cape in front and makes up for her lucky run in the Orr Stakes and wins the St George from Sermione. Third a photo, Giro Valley or Seafarer. They were followed by Maldivian, Red Lord, Cap.
She didn't have long off after the Melbourne Cup, and you know, we're pretty forward with her. So.
And Hustler, the Boom 3-year-old of last season, already the winner of 2 Group 1s up against the older horses, the more seasoned sprinters here in the Oakley Plate.
Well, we've talked about it going to the script last week, and it has pretty much thus far here today at Caulfield. Will it continue in the Oakley Plate? We can tell you on track. They probably plate with a period of Group 1 horses, Ross McDonald, over the years, and can't contain his enthusiasm with this one to the point.
It's just shortened into $9 as we speak. Weekend Hustler, there's been truckloads of money for. Even money out to $2.15. Our first bet earlier this week was $100,000 at $2.70. We laid it again at $2.20.
Weekend Hustler, all the rage. Wheel, La Chasseuse on defence from Lucky Diva. Typhoon Z 3 wide. A length and a half away, then Misjudgment. Weekend Hustler about to come around her, tracked up by Here the Angels. Bonhoeffer second last as they turn. Rewilla's come to the outside on the Hustler. Magnus let go with a run after our Maharaja and Scuffs. Here comes Weekend Hustler. He's starting to pound down the centre from Berta. Back in the field is Bonhoeffer making ground, but it's Weekend Hustler going to the front from Magnus. Weekend Hustler scorched clear, and he's going to give them a toweling in the Oakley Plate, the 3-year-old. Weekend Hustler too good for Magnus. I think Trana's got up to run third and second last as they turn. Rewilla's come to the outside on the Hustler. Magnus let go with a run after our Maharaja and Scuffs. Here comes Weekend Hustler. He's starting to pound down the centre from Berta. Back in the field is Bonhoeffer making ground, but it's Weekend Hustler going to the front from Magnus. Weekend Hustler scorched clear, and he's going to give them a toweling in the Oakley Plate, the 3-year-old. Weekend Hustler too good for Magnus. I think Trana's got up to run third in front of Royal Asher. Misjudgment next from here.
All week and your horse just walked the walk for you.
Walk the walk, yeah. No, you know, he's a super horse. I can't say much, you know, I'm pretty happy.
You would have been disappointed, wouldn't you, if he got beaten?
I'd have been shattered.
He might be the best horse you had. You're prepared to say he's the best horse you've had?
Well, I've always said after the Coolmore, he's the best horse. And he just drops a bit and you can put him wherever you want him in a race. And when you say let's go, well, he lets go.
It just opens up so many options.
Because you keep telling us that, you know, you're seriously contemplating the Melbourne Cup. But you watch him in action there, and he looks like, at the very least, a middle distance horse, doesn't he? Just his action, his gradual build-up, sustains that momentum, keeps rolling.
Yeah, well, you know, we're going to enter him in Caulfield Cup, Cox Plate and Melbourne Cup, but then we'll just let him decide which way we're going to go. It's
Today before the race, look at that now, $1.90. Is that better than bank interest, Ross?
From the Arrowfield Stud Blue Diamond Stakes. It is a fascinating race. All American is the favourite, and Valander is just...
Three runners here. What are the punters doing, Alan Iskander?
Bruce, it's been exciting. Blue Diamond betting here, exceedingly good, is $7 out to $8. We took a bet of $15,000 each way. Walander's been the best backed with me. It's been $4.60 out to $5 into $4.80. We took a bet of $30,000 at $5.50. Took another bite of $50,000 at $5, and there's been plenty of money for it. Number 4, All American, $7.50 into $7.
Hips don't lie. They were followed further back by Rihanna's Believe and Succeed, as scorched across to go to the lead. A length away, O'Kayla, Berger, Sienna's Fury, and 2 lengths away last of all is Minnesota Shark. Believe and Succeed with blistering speed leads the way from Valander. Baynak goes up to shade him. Pachenka fourth outside, exceedingly good off the rail. Then All American, Marvin the fence from Rian. Hips don't lie, Berger, Sienna's Fury, O'Kayla, and a length away Minnesota Shark. Around the bend, Believe and Succeed, the filly flying in front, led 2 lengths, Baynak, Valander. Pachenka starts to run on from exceedingly good. Brad Ruella coming on the outside now on All American, and running on is Rian, and Berger is burning down the extreme outside. Believe and Succeed leads the way. Rian for that man Dunn. Rian takes the lead. All American coming through. It's Rian just in front. Rian clings on. Dunn wins 4 diamonds. Goes home to win it from All American. Photo third, Berger and Believe and Succeed. They were followed by Minnesota Shark.
That is sensational. Dwayne Dunn, 4 blue diamonds in a row. Slick Shazzy, Nadim undoubtedly now. Rian, David Hayes Quinella-ing the race as well. Rian ahead of All American, and then we have in stories, Steve.
It's unbelievable, Caroline. 4 in a row. His only 4 rides in this Blue Diamond. Undoubtedly, Nadim, Sleek Chassis, now Rian. David Hayes Quinella's the race for the 3rd year running. He's only had runners, I think, in something like 8 Blue Diamonds, David Hayes, and has now won it for the 5th time. So,
but your association with this horse, when did it start, and when did you know he was your Blue Diamond horse?
He was very similar to Nadim. I haven't picked him, earmarked him very, very early. We only know them by their pedigree, Hassanay Ribe. So we've got to find out their race names later. But he was one I picked, and I thought he was a real deal, and he could win a Blue Diamond.
So how it worked?
Thank you.
4 out of 4. 4 rides in a Blue Diamond, unbeaten in the race. Caroline, a remarkable achievement.
It is. David Hayes. Rian paid $15.50 for $250, $290 and $290 for the place getters. Let's...
Amazing. Dwayne Dunn, 4 out of 4 for him on Rearm, 307.
In the betting ring. Number 1, Racing to Win. On the TAB at $6.10, Racing to Win. I mean, good money for Sniper's Bullet. But the big money was on this morning. And to continue to flow here, that's number 2, Paratroopers.
Off in the expressway, and Paratroopers fired out of the stalls and went straight to the lead. And last of all is Sniper's Bullet. It's Paratroopers the leader, under a good hole at the 400, led from Just Mambo. Bentley Biscuit switching out 3 wide. He's Canny's next, followed by Malcolm. Racing to Win's gone back to last as Sniper's Bullet comes to the extreme outside, and Nikolic looking for the treble on Paratroopers, sent the big grey away. He's 2 lengths in front of Bentley Biscuit. He's Canny's coming off the rail, but they won't get Paratroopers. 100 to go. He sits down to ride it out. He's 3 lengths in front. And he races away and wins it well. Second, he's Canny. Third, home Sniper's Bullet. And then Malcolm and Racing to Win, followed by Just Mambo. And Bentley Biscuit has failed to fire a shot, and he's finished last of all.
He was awesome, Paratroopers. He bounced out of the gates, Danny Nikolic. He held him together.
Thanks for that, Richie. He's super, that horse. Wonderful to see him racing in that sort of style.
But 20 starts, 9 wins, almost $2 million in stakes. And Dan Nikolic, a clever ride there yesterday, Richie.
Yeah, look, there was no genuine speed on paper. Denny bounced. $14 chance here on track.
Number 1 is Nicanero, the 6-year-old by Dan 04, David Hayes. He's won over $1.3 million. He's such a consistent fellow. Won and played.
Look, I'll just...
He's out to 5 more we need to say about her. She's been a wonderful Group 1 performer, and the Suck Ebony Futurity Stakes, of course, won last year by Aqua d'Amour. Before that, Fields of Omar. Wonderful horses in the parties. But Miss Finland, the people...
Well, at the moment, quite relaxed. Being clear in the world. And still me moves in. Coalesce, Cargo, Colt the rail from Molotov and Nicanero. Miss Finland's going to have to pull out a barnstorming run from the tail of the field as they turn. Publishing shook off the challenge of Tears I Cry. Shinzig coming with a run from Arbitration. Jinkway Seto and wider out Nicanero. He's running on strongly. Miss Finland's come to the outside, but she's under the whip. Publishing in front, not for long. Nicanero stormed up on the outside and strikes the front and runs for home. Molotov, Cargo, Colt getting out of the ruck. Nicanero burst clear. He deserves this Group 1, Nicanero, and he's screaming to the way to win it brilliantly. Cargo Colt ran second, not sure third. Miss Finland maybe from Molotov in a photo, and Shinzik behind them. Then still Niavit.
Yeah, good on you, Steve. We've got runners in the yard here for the Cargo Bar Stakes.
Career win 10 from 41 starts, 2 Group 1s now, 1 in Western Australia, 1 in Victoria. Options are plenty for Nicanero at Dan 0.
Well, your favourite there at $2.40. It's about 20 cents longer on course. The on-course favourite is currently Mimi LeBrock. That $2.90 is a little bit of value. It's 40 cents shorter on course, hasn't budged.
Tana Fly was the ruling Golden Slipper favourite, but second last and last of all is Forensics coming to the outside. Seeding Duck dashed away, led by 2.5 to 3 lengths around the home turn. Sliding Cubes come away from the rail. Mimi LeBrock's coming up underneath it, and they're a couple of lengths in front of Vecchia Roma. Further back, Hustler Vestos. Sliding Cube crack rock there at the top of the rise, and it's Seeding Duck. Led from Sliding Cube, he's trying to get going again on Mimi LeBrock, and further back Forensics is coming right down the outside. Sliding Cube went up and hit the lead. It's in front. Forensics is flying on the outside. Forensics is coming and got up. Forensics won the money, beat Sliding Cube. Photo third, Vecchia Roma or Seeding Duck, and then Mimi LeBrock, who hit the fence at the top of the straight. For the
Slipper winner of last year. Blinkers back on. She trialled. She started $17 on track. They ran along at a very good clip. Seething.
She's a gutsy filly. She just keeps on trying $1.60 and see.
Before this great sprint, the Newmarket Handicap. Of course, some wonderful horses have won this race. Weekend Hustler, will he be the first 3-year-old in many, many years to carry this sort of a weight? We'll have to wait and see.
Well, yes, there's no more riveting odd
It evens early this week. This morning we took 80,000 worth of bets on Weekend Hustler, and they've just kept coming through now. So all the money's been for Weekend Hustler. I know it's drifted in the market $1.60 to $1.70, but that hasn't stopped them. They just think the horse is a superstar.
Further back is Swick. He's back near the tail with Zipping and Shadow Ways, and a fair way off them Coachinero. Dan Ciro's out full of running at the 400. Weekend Hustler call for the supreme effort. It's his moment of truth. He's trying to come on. Magnus still there from Grand Jules. Rawilla's about to light the fuse on the Hustler. He goes out after the leader. Magnus stands out, comes through. Magnus in front. Weekend Hustler stride by stride pegs him back, and the Super 3-year-old takes the lead. Magnus comes again. Weekend Hustler in front, and it's a great win in the Newmarket Handicap. 3/4, and Rawilla loves it. Second prize Magnus, third Swick, I think. Zipping late on the scene, not far away, Grand Jules a score.
This horse? Well, I think he's a superstar. But, you know, he just...
Great duel between the two horses. Magnus not disgraced on the inside, but Weekend Hustler something special.
That's a champion's performance, I think, Caroline. We saw them run 1-2 in the Oakley Plate. The inexperienced horse disadvantaged against Magnus by 2.5 kilos today. He's still too good for him. 7 wins today. He's still too good for him. 7 wins from 9 starts. Now 4 Group 1 victories in his past 5 starts. Wins at $1.70. The shortest price favourite since Burnborough in 1946, who ran at $1.45. The mighty Burnborough. Well, I think we've got the mighty Weekend Hustler.
Yesterday.
He's pretty bomb-proof, isn't he?
You know, he's a freak of a horse.
You can't help but think, is he a middle distance horse or even a stayer who's won an Oakley Plate in the Newmarket?
Well, I really don't think he, on his pedigree, he shouldn't be doing what he's doing. And if he can stay and do that at the end of a staying race, he's going to be awful hard to beat.
What about I spoke to Greg last night, Steve, and he's given us a rating of 122, which makes him Australia's equal highest rated horse with El Segundo, and of course it puts him 1 behind the world champion sprinter in Sacred Kingdom. So the measure's already there for him.
Oh, I'm not surprised by that. The 4
Not paraphernalia yet, but I'm sure if he comes out and wins the Guineas shortly, he's amazingly short on the tote. It's $1.60 on the tote. Could be betting a bit better, $2.50. But gee, dramas, you know. He's not being nursed into the race, he's just being trained in.
A few of them are geldings, but it has been a real stallion-making race too. Horses such as Flying Spurs, Abil coming through this race, of course, last year. Miss Finland.
Action about to come on to the bend. 600 metres to go. Hard War from Turfontaine. Light Fantastic there. Then came marching further out on the track, Raffaello, a length and a half shilling. Sound Journey tracks into it well. Viatori and Largo Lads in traffic as they turn the bend. Play Right likewise. Up the home running at the 400. Light Fantastic under his own steam. Move up to Turfontaine and Hard War. Trying to get a run. Marching. Play Right is coming through near the inside. And further back in the field, Sound Journey. Light Fantastic. Gun full bore now. Here on the outside, Sound Journey and Play Right on the fence with Marching coming on. Light Fantastic digs for his life. Play Right drives. Marching comes. Light Fantastic hangs on and wins it. Light Fantastic has won the Guineas. Photo second and third. Play Right or Marching. Largo Loud and Sound Journey close up for
$4.30, $1.80 for Marching. Gallant in defeat and $1.80 for Play Right.
A little nibble for him on track. He got to 390. There's the totes across the board, across the country. 380 the country. 380.
Doesn't. It's to the brow. He's got a posted out 3 wide. Fulmicino on the fence. Sermione's on the outside. Mertens has got Oliver in a pocket here on Princess Cope. And 2.5 lengths away, Casino Prince up before the bend. 800 metres left to run in the Cup. And the front runner, Taranabar, by a length on Coalesce, who's come off the bit. On the rail, Ruby Sense had a glorious run from Captious. Then Fulmicino, Miss Finland tracking out wide from Giro Valley. Sermione's about to come to the outside. Ollie plays for luck on Princess Cope. And 2 lengths away, Casino Prince as they thunder for home at the 400. And Miss Finland wide out is going after Ruby Scent. Captures the centre. Sermione's coming with a great run on the outside. He's trying to weave the needle going through on Princess Cope. But Sermione let down and Bart's Boy exploded away at the 250. He's looking for his 13th Australian Cup. Running to second, Casino Prince from Miss Finland. Look at Sermione go. Opens the shoulders up. He's roaring away. It's another one for Bart. And Sermione for Peter Mertens wins the Cup and wins it brilliantly. Princess Cope, no luck. She ran second from Casino Prince. A good margin away then to Giro Valley. Miss Finland, you a game. Fulmicino behind those from Ruby Scent.
Classic, the Apollo Stakes. We're about to jump in about 7 minutes' time. Let's have a quick look at the odds, and we'll go through them and then get into the mounting yard.
Number 1 is Racing to Win, $5.90. About $1 shorter on course, just at 10 points. Fillets at $42 is 20 points long.
Heavily backed here on track, 250, 230 on the tote. In now, and they've got 800 metres to go, and the favourite Paratroopers found the rail, and it's the leader. They back the speed off, and it leads by 3/4. Just Mambo second. Desert War on the inside, and Mentality's out wide and pulling hard. For Lasers going up in the centre, followed by Honour and War. Racing to Win as pinching runs near the inside, followed by Tuesday Joy. Then Mr Martini fighting Funders further back from My Lady's Chamber. Sniper's Bullet is well back with Utson as they turn. Paratroopers just in front. Just Mambo comes up on the outside to challenge. Right behind them, Fillets, Desert War is struggling. And then came Mentality. Paratroopers is headed off by Just Mambo. Racing to Winners going after the stablemate. And then came Fillets, but it's Racing to Win. The grey bursting through in the centre. He went up to Just Mambo. Tuesday Joy runs on late from Fillets, but he's back in the winner's stall. Racing to Win. Beat Tuesday Joy. Fillets got third. And then either Fighting Fund or Just Mambo, followed by Honour in War. And then came Accumulate.
So $5.70 and $2.10, $3.90, $10 for the third place Fillets. Inglis bringing it.
Well, great to see him back in the winner's stall. 10 wins from 16 starts. He is a true star, Racing to Win.
Year-old's about to go around here. The favourite, not surprisingly, is number 6, Amelia's Dream, after a 9-length win at Canterbury. But a few of these are
45. Well, that's a very big go. She's playing well on the TABs. 160 New South.
And the leader, Amelia's Dream, flies along in the lead by a length and a half on Hips Don't Lie, is pushed along to stay with it. Glow Lamp is railed up to third. Dubai to Sydney is fourth, about 3 lengths to Deleek. And then Rock Me Baby, followed further afield by Wembley. Segaline, and back last of all is Star Ripper coming around the turn. And Amelia's Dream is going great guns down towards the 300 metres. Opened up about 3 or 4 lengths in front of Glow Lamp on the rail. And then came Hips Don't Lie. And further back behind them next is Dubai to Sydney, but this is one right out of the box. Look at this go, Amelia's Dream. It's about 4 weeks to the slipper, and she's the raging favourite now after a brilliant victory by about 6 or 7 lengths. Hips Don't Lie got second, Glow Lamp third. Star Ripper coming around the turn, and Amelia's Dream is going great guns down towards the 300 metres. Opened up about 3 or 4 lengths in front of Glow Lamp on the rail, and then came Hips Don't Lie, and further back behind them next is Dubai to Sydney, but this is one right out of the box. Look at this go, Amelia's Dream. It's about 4 weeks to the slipper, and she's the raging favourite now after a brilliant victory by about 6 or 7 lengths. Hips Don't Lie got second, Glow Lamp third. Behind them, Dubai to Sydney, and then came
lengths. The Inglis Interims, Amelia's Dream, $1.60, $1.10.
It was sensational yesterday. Winning the Silver Slipper Stakes was ridden by Nash Rilla, and Nash joins us this morning. Nash, well, good morning to you. That's not a good morning, is it, the morning after?
Morning, Bruce. No, I guess I woke up this morning sort of hoping the last 12 hours had been a bad dream, to be honest.
It was amazing that what transpired. We just looked in total admiration of this horse, Amelia's Dream, and you're aboard that horse, of course, and then Richie broke the news later in the afternoon that things were bright, and you had no concept of what was going on. Broke the news later in the afternoon that things were bright, and you had no concept of what was going on, did you?
No, not really. I mean, she felt so good. I mean, even coming back to scale, you'd think you'd get some sort of indication that something was amiss, and she was just so well on herself and felt terrific. So, you know,
And on track could remember ever a 2-year-old breaking 63 for 1100.
Behind them next is Dubai to Sydney, but this is one right out of the box. Look at this go, Amelia's Dream. It's about 4 weeks to the slipper, and she's the raging favourite now after a brilliant victory by about 6 or 7 lengths. Hips Don't Lie got second, Glow Lamp.
0.9, 33.52 the last 600. Hips Don't Lie has been a Blue Diamond contender for David.
This morning in the papers, big headlines. Amelia, instead we're reading about the demise and the sesamoid, so she won't race again as a 2-year-old.
Well, there's Richie, 260 for the...
Of a 2-year-old I've seen since, I think you've got to go back to Manicato and Luskin Star to find a performance so dominating, so freakish, that you just said, well, there's the slipper winner. All she's got to do is stay in one piece. And as soon as you said that, she wasn't in one piece by the end of the day. And now it's a tragedy for the owners, for Gai Waterhouse, for Nash Rawiller, because they'd have all just thought, well, this is a slipper winner right here, right now. It's not going to happen.
No.
She spaced them by 6 1/4 lengths. The rest of them just stayed in their positions. Basically, no one passed anyone. It's like a Formula One race. But she is an absolute freak. I haven't seen a win like this. I think you've got to go back to the Manicatos and Luskin Stars to see a 2-year-old so dominant. Hips Don't Lie ran midfield in the Blue Diamond, but she wasn't that far behind the winner of the Blue Diamond. She was a mile behind. 6 1/4 lengths, Ronnie.
Formula One race, anything Ferraris versus Toyotas here. This is just unbelievable. This is, it's a tragic end, really.
It is.
It reminds me...
Well, it may not be the end.
Well, no, it's the end as far as a Golden Slipper campaign's concerned. I remember it happening, the same sort of thing happening to a filly a couple of years ago of John Hawkes called Plagiarise.
Yes.
But David Hayes did say one other thing too. His colts are far superior to Hips Don't Lie.
No, you wouldn't think so looking at them trial on Friday. Fair dinkum, they went like goats.
Just updating on this market here.
Runners in the number 12 is 5 Car Stud, the gelding by Desert Prince. He's a good-looking horse, this one, with his deep back.
Out. Look, he's had his problems. He's a 6-year-old. He's only had the 2 starts. His first up run, which was two weeks ago, was a cracker. A cracker behind Rock.
The house, formerly with location, starting to tack on. Last Sal went up to 5 Card Stud, and they bore the pressure on now. 400 metres to go. Dealers behind them. Gently Bentley's come off the bridle, and then came in behind them Sir River Corp and Southerly Impact switching back to the inside. It's 5 Card Stud and Last Sal fighting it out. 5 Card Stud beat off Last Sal. Gently Bentley and Dealers are struggling. Southerly Impact is starting to rush home late. It's 5 Card Stud dashing away, and 5 Card Stud, the maiden, goes on to win it. Beat Southerly Impact and Gently Bentley, and then came Dealers and Last Sal, followed by Sir River Corp.
Horse is a 3-year-old, and then he's, he's fractured his pelvis, bowed a tendon, nearly lost a leg. So.
But number 12, 5 Card Stud, he showed a stack of speed today.
Australia, the home of champions. We're looking at number 1, Occurrence, has opened up very short on track and also on the tote. Let's go into the details as the situation stands at the moment. Occurrence there.
Off the lead, coming for home, and Vera's Pride on the inside. It's hugging the fence just in front of Jessamine, steering a little bit wider. And then Visa leader the last Serenade. Occurrence is starting to run on, followed by Starry Light. And then came Maltese. It's Vera's Pride on the inside, and Jessamine, Visa Lisa. Favourite Occurrence is now starting to chime in the centre of the track. And further back behind them, Maltese. But he gives Occurrence a little bit more rein. And this very promising filly put pay to them in one stride and races away to make it 4 straight. Occurrence beat Visa Lisa or Heavenly Glow in a photo. And then Starry Light. Occurrence is now starting to chime in the centre of the track. And further back behind them, Maltese. But he gives Occurrence a little bit more rein. And this very promising filly put pay to them in one stride and races away to make it 4 straight. Occurrence beat Visa Lisa or Heavenly Glow in a photo. And then Starry Light, Rio Osa, followed by Jessamine, and then came Vera's...
Lisa has run 7. Occurrence, never in doubt, it's fair to say. And
it's the $1 million Tui's New Golden Rose for the 3-year-olds, and what a crack bunch of 3-year-olds we have here in this mounting out at the moment. 10
track, $91. Forensics, the slipper winner, $7.20, 2 points longer. Mimi LeBrock's the favourite, $3.70 the tote. That's skinny. She's at LeBrock is $5 into $4.60. Mimi LeBrock, $5 to $4.60. She's the favourite, 40 cents.
Take note, number 11, Mimi LeBrock is out. Well, a sensation here with the favourite coming out. The breeze 3 wide, and Becky Roma the filly back on the inside. Between that pair is Solo Flyer. Then came Zazu and Road to Rock, followed by El Cambio's in the centre. He's a little bit awkwardly placed at the moment, 6 off the lead. And then came Turpentine. Forensics back on the fence from Apasu, and Grand Dancer is last of all, swinging the bend in the Golden Rose, and Triple Honours full of running as they turn, got away from King Dakar. Vecchia Roma comes off the rail, followed by Cent Percent, and further back behind them is Solo Flyer. Triple Honour lead with about 250 to go. Vecchia Roma's a length and a half away from King Dakar. Cent Percent and Forensics is starting to storm down the centre. Forensics, last year's Golden Slipper winner, back to the scene of the crime. She hits the lead, and Forensics takes it out. Won it. It's a Snowden Cunella with El Cambio running second. Photo third, King Dakar or Triple Honour. And then came Vecchia Roma. Further...
She won the Golden Slipper at 2. She's now come out and won the Golden Rose, the Tui's New Golden Rose at 3. Forensics backing up after winning the Light Fingers first up. She's back in sensational form.
Peter Snowden and the team at Woodlands 1-2 there in Forensics. Golden Slipper winners have got a poor record of going on. Not this filly. Outstanding performance by the Flying Spur. Prove it.
It's the favourite here, number 8, 5 Car Stud. $3.80 he's just been wound out to. He opened up. The favourite here is getting some support on course. $4.20 into $3.80 now for 5 Car Stud.
Home, and the leader here as they turn is Smashing from Hunter's Host on the outside, and further back behind them next is La Forza, but Smashing got a break on Hunter's Host down to the 200. La Forza's trying to come off their back, hasn't got a lot of room, and now 5 Card Stud is starting to weave through. 5-Card Stud from well back has raced up and hit the lead, and 5-Card Stud goes on to win it. Hunter's Host second, Smashing third from La Fund. Them next is La Forza, but Smashing got a break on Hunter's Host down to the 200. La Forza's trying to come off their back, hasn't got a lot of room, and now 5-Card Stud is starting to weave through. 5-Card Stud from well back has raced up and hit the lead, and 5-Card Stud goes on to win it. Hunter's Host second, Smashing third from La Forza. And then came Jewel Gate, followed by Serious Heat. Well back was
for Jay Ford. Anthony Cummings, just his 4th race start here, and he was dominant. He didn't jump really that fast. He was out toward individual, and Anthony Cummings, all credit to him, sticking with this horse as well as the owners. Second of the Group 1's about to be run. It is the Bisley Workwear Chipping Norton Stakes over the famous Randwick Mile. Of course, no racing to win going round, but still a race. Chocolate's 80. Well, she got out to $3. In fact, as I'm looking, she's now back into $2.70.
Yeah, the money's come for Tuesday Joy, hasn't it, in the Gay Waterhouse Stable? $8, $1.50 longer. It's
the Guillotine. Number 5, Casino Prince, though, is the market mover. $10 into $7. And
Mystique is about to come forward. $3.10 for Tuesday Joy. Snipers. And Arlington Guillotine still off the track. He's got Casino Prince in a pocket on his inside from out Smokin' Joe. Tuesday Joy's been shuffled back. She's in an awkward spot as well. And Honour and War's last of all. He gives the old Warrior Desert War more rain at the 600. He sneaks away by 2 on Sniper's Bullet coming up behind him. Daunting Lad was next, and then came Our Mystique, followed by Arlington, and then came Casino Prince. Guillotine's under the whip, and Tuesday Joy. Oh, Honour and War nearly fell at the back of the field there. It's Desert War in front as they come to the 300. Sniper's Bullet is coming after him from Casino Prince, and now Tuesday Joy. Rowilla gets the mare to the outside, and she's starting to put in the big bounds now. It's Casino Prince coming up to challenge for the lead. Tuesday Joy on the outside, and Sniper's Bullet. Casino Prince stuck his head in front, and Casino Prince greets a Group 1 glory. Casino Prince from either Tuesday Joy or Sniper's Bullet, and then came out Smokin' Joe, followed by
Anthony Cummings preparing this Group 1 winner. Of course, he is a stallion by Flying Spur, another Group 1 for the champion Australian stallion from Arrowfield in Flying Spur. Casino, the big Group 1 here today as well. 7.10, 2.40, the English interims after the Bisley.
$27, it's $13 on track, so that's a bit of value. Malcolm's $8 is spot on the mark. We go down to number 9, Dan Lee. $6.90 a spot on the mark. Friday Creek.
Chocolate midfield from Utzon and Malcolm. Dan Lee was next from Sonic Quest. Bobadar giving away a big start. And then came Mr. Ubiquitous, and back last of all Divine Madonna. It's Court Command just in front of Mutawajid on its inside, and Friday Creek is coming up on the outside. Friday Creek is letting loose to go up and hit the lead now. And then came further afield is German Chocolate and Hoystar. Bobadar's running on. Friday Creek led with 200 metres to go. Mutawajid next, German Chocolate, and Dan Lee starting to charge. Dan Lee's coming after Friday Creek. Friday Creek stopping. Dan Lee nailed him, and Dan Lee got up and won it. Beat Friday Creek and Bobadar. And then we've got Mr. Ubiquitous flashing home, followed by German Chocolate and Hoystar. Bobadar's running on. Friday Creek led with 200 metres to go. Mutawajid next, German Chocolate, and Dan Lee starting to charge. Dan Lee's coming after Friday Creek. Friday Creek stopping. Dan Lee nailed him, and Dan Lee got up and won it. Beat Friday Creek and Bobadar. And then we've got Mr. Ubiquitous flashing home, followed by German Chocolate, and then came Mutawajid Hoystar.
Race through the carnival as he can get away from Hong Kong. There are the English interims for you, $6.90 and $2.
Monday, of course, it's all about the Magic Millions Carnival swinging into action. We've got the
Sunday afternoon. It's only 10 minutes away, and the South Australian visitor, Augusta Proud. Look at all these unbeaten.
Played by Whisper Bay. Black Minx is next. Augusta Proud's on the fence, and then further back came Feisty Manor and Acorns to the outside. She's mean a shot to the front of the top of the straight. Whisper Bay went to second. High Rolling Woman's called upon. Augusta Proud and Black Minx down the outside, but She's mean is clear out by 2. Augusta Proud second. High Rolling Woman battling away. She's mean to the leader. Augusta Proud's flying. Augusta Proud getting up on the inside of She's meaner. Augusta Proud maybe. Maybe Augusta Proud, and no, She's Meaner on the line. It's a cliffhanger. Third's a photo. High Rolling Woman's in that photo.
Time, there's not much in it, but she may have got She's Meaner. She's come with it.
Here, Matt, 8, 9 and 12. Augusta Proud, Leon McDonald, well done.
Big Group 1 here, the Randwick Guineas, and this is, of course, for the 3-year-olds over the mile. Weekend Hustler has been in the wars this week. He suffered a float injury on the way up, and then he's also, you can see on the other hock, taken a bit off coming to the track.
Order the Hustler. He's been very heavily backed here on track. $1.70 into $1.60.
All right, we'll quickly have a look through these and we'll get to the Oaks in Adelaide.
When you saddle up a horse of his calibre?
Yeah, I'm a little bit toey today. His first run in Sydney way, so we just want to hope everything goes well for him.
Clear second favourite. Triple Honour, Richie's tip $21. Tip for second is at $21 at the moment on the tote. He is the clear-cut favourite, this son of Hassaneh, ahead of Marching the next bet.
Back out to 170. Racing in the Guineas, Pillar of Hercules and Arapaho Miss both missed the start. Weekend Hustler, the favourite, began brilliantly and as one of the leaders. King Dakar is firing across from the outside with Steel Giant, Triple Honour and Marching. Racing going up to third. Marching's fourth on the rail and Weekend Hustler, the favourite, fifth in the centre. Behind them, Triple Honour. And then came Steel Giant from Grand Dancer. Further back was Arlington. And then an avalanche followed by Turfentine and My Sweet Cookie. Then came Arapaho Miss. It's in front of 4 runners. Guillotine, Largo Lad given a smack with the whip from Pillar of Hercules. And last of all is Solo Flyer. 600 to go. And he's off on King Dakar. He's trying to pinch it, coming to the turn, led by about 2 lengths on Marching, tracking up behind it. And then Blinkin' Easy dropping off. Weekend Hustler's taken to the outside. Triple Honour's cut through on the inside to go past it. Favourites under the pump at the moment. And then came Steel Giant. It's King Dakar in front. Marching comes after it with Triple Honour. Weekend Hustler starting to get warmed up. He's coming down the outside. King Dakar still led with 100 to go. Here's Weekend Hustler on the outside with Triple Honour and Marching. 4 of them across the track. Triple Honour and Weekend Hustler. The Hustler goes up on the outside. Photo. It's a Weekend Hustler or Triple Honour. Nothing in it in the Guineas. King in front. Marching comes after it with Triple Honour. Weekend Hustler starting to get warmed up. He's coming down the outside. King Dakar still led with 100 to go. Here's Weekend Hustler on the outside with Triple Honour and Marching. 4 of them across the track. Triple Honour and Weekend Hustler. The Hustler goes up on the outside. Photo. It's a Weekend Hustler or Triple Honour. Nothing in it in the Guineas. King Dakar's got third from Marching. And then Arlington and Steel Giant.
It is the Hustler, Weekend Hustler. Let's have a look as they get to the line. It's very, very close. It almost looked initially as if Ken Hustler is right there in the mix. We'll wait on the photo. That is, looks like Weekend Hustler maybe on the outside, but there's a whisker in it, an absolute whisker in it. That is even too hard to see here with the dark. So I think we might have something a little bit better, which does still look a little bit like Weekend Hustler, but we'll wait on the judges' comment on Honour. You can see Kick and Chase there. Number 1 has got it, Weekend Hustler, and you can hear the roar of the crowd here. Connections ecstatic about first starting.
That's as close as they get.
Yeah, they want to be closer. I won 2 Caulfield Cups by a nose, but that's closest.
Mate, a little bit wayward his first go in Sydney, but geez, he's got a big motor.
Yeah, he got a bit further back than we thought he would, and you know, he's motored home great.
Mate,
$170, $1.30 the winner. $3.80 Triple Honour and Arlington $8.30. A nose in the end.
It was a little bit of a bunch finish. That's the only thing I'm worried about. But obviously he'd had a pretty hard week with the travel up, and obviously everything's not gone right, as Ross has pointed out. So you can only expect him to improve off that.
I said to the people around me, well, I don't think he can win from here because Triple Honour put a length on him quickly. And I thought, well, if you can't keep up with Triple Honour right there, you're not going to be able to nail him on the line. But he regathered himself, this horse, and this is a true test of what a great young horse he is. He gathered himself up, he flattened out, and he did just enough in the shortest of margin. It took...
I'll tell you what, it was probably the right result because he did everything wrong and still won the race. He's an absolute champion.
He's a champion 3-year-old. And if he goes on to be a champion 4-year-old, he's just a champion.
I don't know whether he'll run in the Doncaster now.
I hope he does.
Oh, I'm sure you do. But
yeah, but...
look, it's hard. He's got 57 kilos, and look...
And the runner-up's only got 51 in the Doncaster.
Yeah, look, his preparation was timed to the moment, Triple Honour. He just wasn't good enough.
Changes we have for the big Randwick Mile coming up in a few weeks' time. The Hustler's the favourite, $3.80, but Hot Danish continues to firm up. Rock Solid at $7.50. Triple Honour, $17.
Bill, I want to get your opinion of him because this week he was released by the International Horse Racing Federation that he is the highest rated 3-year-old in the world. I'll tell you a bit more about that shortly because that's a bit deceptive, but he is a gun horse and what racing needs right now.
He certainly is. He's a top-class 3-year-old, but Bruce, if he wins the Doncaster with that weight, I'll hand in my tipping licence for a month.
Only a month?
Only a month, yeah. Yeah. I've lost it before, you know.
A terrific performance. So what you're saying is this 3-year-old can't carry the 57.5 and win.
Oh, I know. In the form, he beat Triple Honour. Now, Forensics gave Triple Honour a cold as she went past him at his previous start, at 50 metres.
And the Hustler's got to give Triple Honour 6 kilos, 6.5.
Yeah.
And if he does win, what's your rating on him?
Oh, very high. If he can win that race with that weight, he's entitled to be one of the all-time great 3-year-olds, yeah. Not in Tulloch's class. Tulloch is easily the best 3-year-old I've seen, or anyone else in my era. Tulloch had 16 starts as a 3-year-old and won 14. And of the 14 included the Caulfield Cup, the Caulfield Guineas.
Richie, isn't it, with Racing to Win, only the small field of 5, he's $1.60. Mentality is out to $5.
Still got a nice lead. They are starting to close on it now, however, and with about 400 to go, it's Mentality by 2 and Racing to Win coming up behind him strongly. And then came Road to Rock, followed by Sniper's Bullet, and Harry is struggling at the back, turning for home, and Mentality led. Bowman starting to roll up the sleeves to give chase on Racing to Win on the outside, but Mentality holds him at the moment. He produces the whip on Racing to Win to come after him. Mentality's in front, the grey Racing to Win. It's starting to knuckle down to his task on the outside, but he won't make it. And Mentality leads all the way in a dashing right in front. Goes on to win it and hold off Racing to Win and Sniper's Bullet, followed by Road.
Racing to Win, I don't think they can beat him from here on in. I don't think Weekend Hustler can beat him in the Rider. Really? He'll peak and he'll win. Yeah.
War going around here. He won it last year. You've also had him. What a great race this is. 13 minutes away from start time, and the favourite, Tuesday Joy, she's $3. She got out to $3.10. She's just firmed in now.
Pentathon has come up, so too has Desert War. Looks a fair bit fitter today, Desert War. Starter picks up the button, they're off and racing now. In the Ranbet, and Tuesday Joy was one of the best into stride. Desert War is under pressure on the inside to pick up. And at the 800 metres, Desert War goes again now to increase his lead. There's a length on our Smokin' Joe. Tuesday Joy camped right behind them. Spirit of Tara on the outside. Then came the Fuzz, followed by Grand Dancer. And then Pentathon and Bromfilenity. Princess Coper's still giving away a big start, as is Sermione. They're the best part at 10 lengths off the leader, which is Desert War. 400 metres to go. His leader's a length as they come up towards the home turn from our Smokin' Joe. Beedman brings Tuesday Joy across the hills to start its run from Spirit of Tara, and then came the Fuzz. Desert War is headed by our Smokin' Joe. Tuesday Joy, he starts to go for the stick on it now, Beedman, and here she comes on the outside. Tuesday Joy, she races up and hits the lead, and Beedman's going to get another Group 1 here on Tuesday Joy. A beautiful ride, and gets home to win it from Princess Cope, who flew from second last. Photo third. Desert War is there with the Fuzz, and
the second Group 1 for Tuesday Joy, and Darren Beedman back winning Group 1s here from Hong Kong on his hit and run mission. Lovely big strong mare, this one. She won the Coolmore Classic last autumn, and she's come back and absolutely blitzed them here in the Ranvet Stakes, the Group 1.
Always there in Group 1 company, from a 2-year-old right now to a 4-year-old. I'd love to see her go on and win the BMW, because I think that she's been denied a real chance of staying, but I'll talk with John and see what he'd like.
We'll have to twist your arm.
Interims on your screen. $3.30, $1.50 for Tuesday Joy. Darren Beedman, Gay Waterhouse, John Singleton and co, $1.50.
Tuesday Joy in the run where it was?
No one expected her to be third in the fence, but no one sums up a race like Darren Beedman. He knew Desert War would drag him right into the straight, and look, there was a little theory that she may have been, better on a wet track, but she proved there she can do it on wet and dry. Tuesday Joy, she's been beautifully handled this preparation.
Of course, this is the Queen of the Turf for the fillies and mares, and it really does seem to be a race between the two, the fillies and the mares. We've got some top-class fillies going round. And
number 9 here, he's out. Forensics is your favourite, $3.40 on track with the bookmakers. On the TAB, $2.30 is very skinny. It's $1.10 longer than that $2.30
here today. So Mimi LeBrock goes in with Choo Choo, and Perfect Drop Still out of line. Galantess has been strongly... They are flying in front. Mimi LeBrock went up to Catachuchu, kicks up again to lead by a half a length. Behind them, Devil Moon. Translators fourth on the rail, and then came November Flight. Perfect Drop is next on the rail, getting a lovely run, followed by Cinque Cento, and then came Forensics, who's hemmed away on the inside of Occurrence from Like Me Wild, Eskimo Queen, and Galantessa's last of all. After going hard, they're starting to back off again, and with about 5.50 to go, the leader Catachuchu. Mimi LeBrock goes up to put pressure on it again. They lead from Translate. Devil Moon's hard ridden, followed around the outside by Cinque Cento. Perfect Drop's got nowhere to go. Forensics peeling to the outside, and Occurrence has come up on the outside. Mimi LeBrock took the lead, but it's done a lot of work. Here comes Perfect Drop coming through on the centre. Translators next, and Forensics is seeing daylight now. Forensics is flying through. Forensics took the lead with 100 metres to go, and she keeps the perfect record this time in. Went on to beat Perfect Drop and Occurrence, and then came Like Me Wild, followed by Mimi LeBrock, who did a pretty brave job, and for the ball.
She's a super filly, isn't she? 3 from 3 this campaign. She won the Golden Slipper, she's won the Golden Rose, the Light Fingers, and she's come out and won the Group 1 Queen of the Turf. Another group winner on the big way for everyone involved.
I guarantee you, there's one gentleman...
Hobartville Stakes for the 3-year-olds over the 1,400 metres. Of course, Triple Honour. Another interesting runner here is Megatic. Of course, he's the top 3-year-old in Western Australia, a winner of the Group 1 Kingston Town Stakes and also the Western Australian Guineas. He's current visitor. Triple Honour 320, came into 310, now back out to the 320 mark. Murdergill $11 into $9. Of course, this start time for race number 5. The market mover though, Megatic number 1, the West Australian visitor already.
No luck for Cent Percent again today. He's out deep. Then came Serious Speed, who's sneaking up on the rail. Megatic was next, followed in behind them next by Pistols. Triple Honour is back midfield, 3 and 4 deep, looking for a run between horses. Hurry Choice going up on the fence. Then came Turfentine and Cravings into the straight, and Pins on Parade the leader. Murdergill up on the outside, and Serious Speed got a beautiful passage through on the inside, and Serious Speed, the filly, has sprinted away. Murdergill coming after it again on the outside. It's Murdergill and Serious Speed fighting it out. Royal Discretion and Triple Honour are next. It's Murdergill on the outside and Serious Speed. Serious Speed and Murdergill. Serious Speed's got its head in front, and the filly does it. Serious Speed beat Murdergill. It's a photo for third. We've got Turfentine and Royal Discretion, and then came Electric Motive, followed by Triple Honour. Then
Jill just pushed her on the outside, but she was strong enough to fight back. There's not much of her. She did this in the 1,000 Guineas as well. She outclassed a good field there, and she's done it again here against the boys. Number 12,
half neck by 2 lengths. A half neck 2 lengths, 123.36. Bobadar already 370 into 330. The tote spot on. Hadar 20 points shorter on track. God's Hand $15 is spot on the mark. Borambo, the bookmakers, make that 15 points shorter. All Silent $22. It is on the TAB $22. On track $17.
14. Number 16 is All Silent by Belong to Me, the half to Private Steer, who won the Doncaster, Stradbroke and All Aged, and he's had just 2 runs back.
Should have won last start, beating Gergis, and he jumps up a lot in.
Comes up with Tyrannobar. So favourite here, Bobadar, very heavily backed, still $3. They're off in the last, and All Silent came out of the stalls poorly and is back in the last 2 or 3, viewed behind it as they settle down fully into stride, and going to the leaders, Just Mambo takes over from Hadaf, and up on the outside is Tyrannobar. Fillets went forward from that wide alley, but they've got him posted. Alini, who they're riding off the speed today. And then came Little Saiwan. All Silence picked up some ground after missing the start, followed by Mung the Breeze running 3rd. Then came Adaf and Bryambo's Gift. Mr. Ubiquitous was next, followed by Friday Creek. God's Hand was further back. Bobadar, the favourite, about 5 or 6 off the lead. And then came Bar Lenny and Little Saiwan, and All Silent back near the inside. It's Just Bambo and Tyrannobar fighting it out. Fillets on the outside. Bryambo's Gift is getting a run near the inside with Adaf. Friday Creek being nursed along, and Bobadar and Mr. Ubiquitous are starting to come down the outside. Friday Creek spreaded to the front. Bobadar is flying on the outside. All Silent getting a rails run. It's Bobadar coming up at Friday Creek, and All Silent right along the fence. All Silent on the insides hit the lead, and All Silent won it from Friday Creek or Bobadar. I think Bar fighting it out. Fillets on the outside. Bryambo's Gift is getting a run near the inside with a Dart. Friday Creek being nursed along, and Bobadar and Mr. Ubiquitous are starting to come down the outside. Friday Creek spreaded to the front. Bobadar is flying on the outside. All Silent getting a rails run. It's Bobadar coming up at Friday Creek, and All Silent right along the fence. All Silent on the insides hit the lead, and All Silent won it from Friday Creek or Bobadar, and then came God's Hand. Further back was Barlini, and then came Viewed and Bryambo's Gift.
He's pretty smart. He's now won 3 of 5. All Silent for Jeff Lloyd, and what a good run that was. He's the half to Private Steer. We remember the way she used to blitz home in her races, often from the outside. He's come through on the inside.
I always thought this horse was pretty special. He's proved it today.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's been a bit of a sleeper. He's come along very late in the scene, and it'll be unbelievable if he gets in the Doncaster and he's 6th run in a race. But, like, he's got a devastating finish on him, you know.
We just show colours. Ajax Stakes, 16 All Silent, $19.84, 25 Friday Creek.
All this was happening on the inside. All Silent just cruised to the post. What an exciting horse this is, Rich.
Yeah, most definitely. And look, we should have asked Peter Roble about him. Peter's ridden him on a couple of occasions, All Silent, when he was in the studio, Pete. Good performance, and the track played super. Back to the inside. He didn't begin very well, also.
It was the half-brother to Private Steer who won a Doncaster. Opponent stuff.
Firstly, on the horse, he's a good horse, this. Yeah. It's only his 5th start. He's a half-brother to Private Steer, I just noticed, and he's only having his 5th start there. He's jumped in Grade 2 or Group 2, and he's a talent. He's a real talent.
So what do you do, Ronnie? If you get in the Doncaster, he's had 1 prep with 5 starts. Do you run him in the Donny?
Yep. Well, he hasn't had 1 prep, but you're not going to know what you're saying there, Andrew. He's only 3rd up. He won a couple of races last prep. He's had a few preps. He's had a couple of preps in Hong Kong, for your information.
Sirmione's been the best back, 5 into $4.20, heavily backed. Red Lord 26, 70s. Tuesday Joy 270 to 320. Princess Cope 340 to 320. The market mover number 6. They're getting set for the Group 1 BMW. Here's Mark.
Goes in. They're both fidgety. They're off and racing now. And Giro Valley and Pentathon both missed the start. Coming out well was Red Lord with Spirit of Tara. Bromfelinity followed by the Fuzz, and Bundoor and Breeze is coming up on the outside. Now Tuesday Joy just cut straight across behind them to get in one off the rail from County Tyrone. And then Princess Cope followed by Giro Valley. Pentathon on the outside of it. But he starts to click up now on Bundoor and Breeze. And with County Tyrone, they extend their lead by a couple of lengths now on Spirit of Tara, and Beedman has brought Tuesday Joy right along the inside into 3rd spot now, and Princess Cope follows it through into the straight now. County Tyrone and Bundoor and Breeze. Tuesday Joy looming up menacingly on the outside with Spirit of Tara. Princess Cope nowhere to go. He's had to switch back to the inside as Tuesday Joy has raced to the lead from Spirit of Tara. Princess Cope is trying to run on, but Tuesday Joy shot away. 150 to go. It's Tuesday Joy well clear from Spirit of Tara, Princess Cope and Sirmione, and Beedman again for another Group 1. Tuesday Joy. Tuesday Joy wins it from Princess Cope. 3rd home Sirmione, and then came in
Tuesday Joy. She's done it again, taking out the BMW. John Singleton particularly happy about this horse here. He named her after the Melbourne Cup. Whether she goes to the Cup or on to the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe, we'll wait and see between Singo and
performance. But what about the ride? I don't care. He's the best I've ever seen. I know it's easy to ride good horses, but this bloke, you can't be that...
Painless, wasn't it? A brilliant Beedman ride.
Absolutely painless. She's a most superb mare, isn't she? I mean, he had a lovely...
Well, she's won easily enough today, and obviously you've still got those not so fond memories of your last trip to Longchamp for the Arc.
No, that's what I really want to get square on. And to win it, she will win it at the Arc, either whether it's this year or next year.
Inglis interims 330-150, Tuesday Joy, Princess Cope 150, Sirmione 3rd at 190.
Well, if Gay gets her way, Mark, and Tuesday Joy stays here to win the race she's named after, the Melbourne Cup, and then she is seasoned, and EI rules may change a touch, and she can get to Europe next year.
Yeah, I hope she does stay in Australia. I'd rather see Australian horses race in Australia, and I hope she does get set for the Melbourne Cup. And as you say, Bruce,
he doesn't make as many errors as other jockeys, and that's that's no disrespect to other jockeys. Darren Beedman, when he gets a little bit of luck, when the dealer gives him 2 kings, he splits them and gets 2 aces on top of them. He just makes maximum value out of it. Here's the start. You can see him. He's out wide there, and he's thinking, what do I do here? What do I do here? Who's going forward? He's sort of smelling who's going to do what. He thinks, okay, there's one's gone forward. There's a little half a gap. Well, I'll just shoot in there. Next minute, bang. He's right in the perfect spot, and the others are still worrying about where they're going to be, and he's already there. Yeah. And that, that's where he makes absolute full advantage of his luck.
No map in Australia had him there.
No.
It was just going to be awkward.
Exactly.
And he just does it time in, time out.
An absolute cracker. Make sure if you're in the bars, you're at home, get in front of the TVs. The George Rider, sponsored by Cathay Pacific. Number 1, Racing to Win. He's been the big go since they came out on Wednesday. They bet 350 on Wednesday. Today, he's 270 into 240, dominant. 2 good odds. Number 8, the Hustler, Weekend Hustler. Hoping to equal the record of Kingston Town with 6 Group 1s in the season. $2.80 the tote. You can get $3.10 here on track.
Scenic Shot from Racing to Win. Casino Last of all is Honour and War. Storm Hill and Desert War are contesting the lead here at the 600 metres. Weekend Hustler, Rawilla smoking his pipe behind them at the moment. And then came Mentality, followed by Racing to Win. He's following the Hustler everywhere it goes. And then Casino Prince from Scenic Shot and Honour and War. Weekend Hustler strides up on the outside and he quickly races up and takes the lead now. The 3-year-old shoots for home. Racing to Win gives chase down the outside, and then came Desert War. Weekend Hustler clear, 200 to go. The only danger is Racing to Win, and then came Casino Prince. It's Weekend Hustler in front, 150 to go. He's still nicely clear. Racing to Win can't peg him back, and here's 6 Group 1s this time in for the Hustler. Weekend Hustler wins the rider from Racing to Win. Casino Prince got 3rd from Desert War, and then Scenic Shot from Mentality. Storm Hill finished 2nd last, and last in was Honour in War.
What a thrill for this big crowd, for all the connections and racing fans around Australia. Connections and racing fans around Australia to watch this horse, Weekend Hustler, equal Kingston Town's record of 6 Group 1 wins in a season. He is a superstar. He's held off 0.72.
I think he's about everybody's hero, Weekend Hustler, and he will be officially Australia's best racehorse based on the ratings. He was 122 before yesterday. That was equal to...
Up until there was nothing left in the account. I've never seen a horse travel easier, mate.
No, I was just going to win for 1,300.
Huey Bowman, I spoke to Huey Bowman, and Huey Bowman said, I come off his back at the top of the straight, and he said, I'm travelling beautiful. He said, as I peeled off the back, he said, I got a good look at Brad Rawilla in front of me, and I thought, oh, no. No.
Well, Racing to Win went outstanding. Casino Prince won a Group 1 before that, and Fair Dinkum was like a draft horse behind him, wasn't it?
You talk about... Like...
We'll set him for the Caulfield Cup, the Melbourne Cup, the Cox Plate. This is the Oakley Plate winner.
Oh, he's a superstar, isn't he? And...
From the Group 1 2008 Amy Golden Slipper, Rich, and I tell you what, this is a most open.
Is also comparable. The jockey's
single preparation here, so it is a most the rest of them just again.
Racing in the Slipper, and Sebring came out last of all. Von Costa de Hero's well back on settling down as well, and She's Mina came out brilliantly and went to the lead from Sugar Babe. Rianne's right up there in the early stages, showing good pace out of the Sportio, related as 3rd last. All Americans behind it, and last of all is Von Costa de Hero. It's She's Mina on the outside, just leading from Anatomica as they're about to swing for home in the Amy Golden Slipper. Rianne comes up 3 wide, Sugar Babe is 4 deep. But Augusta Proud is right behind them on the rail from Berger, and further back behind them is Hips Don't Lie and Portillo and Von Costa de Hero. It's Augusta Proud going up on the rail. The challenge, She's Mina and Anatomica. Sebring's about to burst through now, right down the outside, Von Costa de Hero. Von Costa de Hero has sprinted to the lead now from Sebring. It's Von Costa de Hero and Sebring on the inside. They hit the line locked together. Might be Sebring. It might be Sebring from Von Costa de Hero. Nothing in it. It's back behind them as Hips Don't Lie and Portillo and Von Costa de Hero. It's Augusta Proud going up on the rail. The challenge, She's Mina and Anatomica. Sebring's about to burst through now, right down the outside, Von Costa de Hero. Von Costa de Hero has sprinted to the lead now from Sebring. It's Von Costa de Hero and Sebring on the inside. They hit the line locked together. Might be Sebring. It might be Sebring from Von Costa de Hero. Nothing in it. It's a photo. Back behind them, Portillo. And then we've got on the outside there, we've got back behind them next, Hips Don't Lie, with all the...
Has his head down. Sebring looks to be the winner for Gay Waterhouse. Denise Martin, Glenn Boss coming through with...
Bringing a brilliant training performance from Gay Waterhouse. More from her shortly. An absolute sweep out for bookmakers. Sebring winning, starting price at $6, being top of the...
Race is over. He'll win by 3 or 4 here. And Sebring rallied again. There was... Portillo ran on well.
Terrific run. Covered ground?
Yeah, there were quite a number of good runs. There's All American out too in front, but they were dominant.
I can't wait.
This is the Inglis Sires Produce Stakes. race, and the return bout between the Golden Slipper 1-2 in Sebring Von Costa de Hero. I don't know if you can see behind me, but the Sebring owners are out in force with their purple and...
They're on the swing for home, and Love and Kisses led by a length on Sebring. Von Costa de Hero striding up into third, and then Samantha Miss followed by Fury, and further back behind them Dewporth. It's Love and Kisses in front. Sebring comes up to challenge on the outside, about to breathe down its neck. Von Costa de Hero's flat, he can't sprint, and Sebring took over, raced away from in second spot Love and Kisses, and then Samantha Miss getting up on the inside, but Sebring looks set for victory. Sebring punched out to the line. Blake Shin gets his Group 1, and Sebring wins it from Samantha Miss and Love and Kisses. And then we've got Glow Lamp running on from Dewporth. Further back behind them, Soho Secret, and then came...
Congratulations to Blake Shin. He sat out the Golden Slipper through suspension, but he has his Group 1 on this horse. He calls his own Seabiscuit Sebring. He's our best sprinters of the last couple of years. We have Takeover Target. He's around $4. Apache Cat is the favourite. He's at $2.10, and you get further down.
Agnes slipped through on the inside to head Takeover Target. They're on the swing for home now. Cent Percent is still behind them, and Apache Cat starting to edge up around the outside. And then came Raining to Win, followed by Is Amazing and Hurry Choice. Takeover Target has gone up to Magnus up the rise. 2 or 3 lengths to Apache Cat, but the champion raced to the front. Takeover Target. He got the better of Magnus. Now Raining to Win and Apache Cat are starting to come after Takeover Target. Takeover Target, will his condition hold out? Apache Cat's just about got him. Apache Cat surges to the front with 50 to go, and the favourite kicks away and wins it well. Apache Cat wins it from either Raining to Win or Takeover Target, who ran out of condition from Hurry Choice. And then Magnus, Cent Percent and Is Amazing was back last of all.
What a sensational TJ Smith, Apache Cat getting past Takeover Target. Of course, Takeover...
28 starts, only the good horses have records like that. 2.5 million in the bank, Raining to Win. Huey Bowman copped a frightful ear bashing from John O'Shea for running second. Still would have run second. Takeover Target was fantastic. Gregory,
I haven't counted them, but I tell you what, he's been the find of the season.
I reckon it'll be nearly 5.
He's a beauty, and the crowd love him. Everybody loves him. He always puts in a good performance. He operates on wet and dry. He operates in both directions. He is just about a bomb-proof sprinter, and it
hasn't moved. German Chocolate, 60s into 30s, $39. A bit of 2 points longer on track at $21. Number 9, All Silent, $18, 4 points shorter on track. Filet, 60. Forensics, $7.90, a half point shorter on 20 cents of overs. Pinnacle, $59. You can get better than that.
Centre followed by Friday Creek, and then came marching back in behind them next to circling the field is Mentality. He's taking off, coming to the bend. Casino Prince looks for a run from Valedictum, and then came Gallant Tess, who's going up near the inside. They swing for home in the Doncaster, and Just Mambo led. Hot Danish is slipping up on the inside to challenge, followed by down the outside Thessio and German Chocolate. Sniper's Bullet and marching. It's Hot Danish getting to the lead now. Took over from Just Mambo. German Chocolate, Sniper's Bullet, and Triple Honour has come right through in the centre for Glenn Boss and taken the lead, and the Doncaster's over. Triple Honour has raced away. Casino Prince is coming out of the pack late. Triple Honour gets a little bit tired, but he wins it. Triple Honour held on to beat Casino Prince, and Pinnacle's got third, and then Sniper's Bullet followed by Eskimo Queen and Serious Speed, and then we've got Valedictum and marching. Hot Danish knocked up from Thessio, and then came All Silent, followed by...
Milestone and a terrific career so far.
Yeah, no, it was brilliant, Bruce, and yeah, thanks to all the support I've had.
At number 20, Triple Honour, $8.40 and $3. 3 Casino Prince at $5.
Beaten Brigade.
3 Casino Prince at $5.
Beaten Brigade.
Yeah, look, I've never seen a better thing beaten a big race than Casino Prince. Yeah. Unfortunately, it just didn't happen for him at the between the 300 and the 100.
Yep. It was a great run. He's in fab.
These runners at the moment, Bella Cantata, $2.90 and favourite. They opened her at $2.60. Royale Harmony, $3.20 out to $3.50.
Darren only ever won 2 races. Darren Beeman's been on both times.
Messes going up near the inside. Razors right behind them looking for a run. 2 Choosies hard ridden from Dandy. Top win. Bella Cantata is flat to the boards as Royal Harmony comes up and takes over. Royal Harmony shot for home now. Rays on the outside looks a big danger. Dandy Top win's trying to wind up. It's Rays quickly racing to the lead. 200 to go. Dandy Top Win comes after it. Royal Harmony's a spec force, but Razor's handling the ground beautifully. The full sister to last year's Hopes winner, and that is Rena's Lady, and Razor's coming right on with the job and making a mess of them, and wins it by about 5 lengths on Dandy Top Win. Back behind them, Hey Pretty Katie, followed by NRL Silk and Appeal, and then came Royal Harmony, then 2 Choosy All Black Miss from...
Could be 2 in a row for this family. Rays, the full sister to Rena's Lady, who won the Adrian Notch box.
What about these on the tote? What about the last one in milk?
Half, and there is a nibble. Chaser just flop out at the rear of the field today. On settling down at the end of 400 metres. Samantha Miss on the inside and Sebring on the outside. They're going head and head, and he's pressing forward on Sebring. Cheap Sexuals in front here. Sebring, he crossed over and he's under no pressure at the moment. He's 3/4 in front. He's won, and Wembley's gone up on the inside, turning for home now. And Sebring in front. Lead from Samantha Miss, coming at it on the outside from Rhino Chaser and Glow Lamp. All American further back. He's not doing enough for mine, and it's Sebring in front, holding Samantha Miss. And then came Glow Lamp, who's coming up on the inside. Shin starts to get busy now on Sebring. Samantha Miss tries hard on the outside. It's closing the gap. Samantha Miss is coming at Sebring, and right on the line, it's above her. Samantha Miss maybe from Sebring. It might be Samantha Miss, but it is a photo on Sebring. Samantha Miss tries hard on the outside. It's closing the gap. Samantha Miss is coming at Sebring, and right on the line, it's above her. Samantha Miss maybe from Sebring. It might be Samantha Miss, but it is a photo. Not sure for third with
Well, he's just come back from a little cruise around Australia. Oh, she's won easy. She's won easy. The photo, you couldn't believe it was so close. Chris Lees, Bruce Clark's about to catch up with Chris.
There, and obviously by the great Redoubt's choice, and you know, I think we're going to hear a lot more of her next year.
Very strong filly here. Very strong filly here, and she was beaten, but she rallied because she's strong. And she's not bred to be a 2-year-old. She doesn't look like a 2-year-old, and she's come out a Group 1 winner. I think the sky's the limit for her at 3.
And I don't think he lost any admirers whatsoever yesterday, Sebring.
McKinnon, Shipping Norton, Queen Elizabeth and Ranvet Stakes, and this is his farewell here today. And one thing...
Unbelievable, huge go, but by and away the biggest money here on track has been for Tuesday Joy. Tom Waterhouse.
His days, and through the week I saw an old campaigner of Go Waterhouse's Grand Army, who's on the jumping circuit now, heading maybe...
And to go clear by about 4 lengths at the 800 metres. It's Desert War in front from Our Smoke and Joe Honour in War. Tuesday Joy on the outside is still 4, followed by Sniper's Bullet. Red Ruler was next, followed by Nom de Jeu, trying to hug the fence to replicate that run in the Derby. And then came Serious Speed and Serira back last of all. Desert War in front, only one more mission to complete. He's going to give it his all for one last time, and Blake Shin pulls a stick on him now to lead by about 2.5 lengths. He's nicely clear from Our Smoke and Joe. And then came Nom de Jeu getting into the clear. He's running on quickly. Tuesday Joy going with it. And then came over on the inside Serira. It's Nom de Jeu coming up to claim Desert War. Tuesday Joy, and then came Serira. And it's the Derby winner, Nom de Jeu. Serira on the inside's going to challenge it. Tuesday Joy's only battling. It's Nom de Jeu and Serira. Serira on the inside has taken the lead. Nom de Jeu, Serira. Here's a big boil over. Serira has beaten Nom de Jeu and Tuesday Joy from Desert War. Gallant in defeat, and then Serious Speed, Red Rule.
And Damien, a good tough horse.
Do you ever think it'd be a Group 1 performer?
No, I didn't. No, I would say that...
3.5 and 36.89 the final 600. Inglis Interims, there you are. Damien Oliver getting the Group 1 Queen Elizabeth Stakes on Serera. 47.40 and 7.70 the place. 2.50. One coming up. This is the Daily Telegraph All-Age Stakes over 1,400 metres at weight for age level. And just had a look at Racing to Win going past. He looks sensational here.
He's now steering a wider course, and then came Shark Bite. Racing to Win starts to come into it now. Super One back there, the inside Casino Prince. He's starting to weave through in the centre now, Oliver, as they come for home. And Murder Jill's got a big break up the rise. He's about 3 or 4 in front, but the other grey Racing to Win is setting sail out after him. 2 lengths to Casino Prince. Murder Jill in front, but not for long. Racing to Win has closed the margin very quickly, and the odds-on favourite took the lead from Murder Jill and Casino Prince. And Hugh Bowman shoots him away. Racing to Win by about 3/4. He's too good. They took the tomato sauce and he got the money. Beat Murder Jill and Casino Prince. And then Double Dare, followed by Fighting Fun, German Chop.
Oh, he deserved that. Racing to Win taking out the Group 1 All-Age Stakes. Hugh Bowman getting the Group 1, and John O'Shea as well. This wonderful race.
It is, but...
Angels at $7.80, $8.30 for number 12, Monet Rules. So the top one in the market for the Goodwood. Here's Hilton Donaldson for the call.
Misjudgment wider out. Further back in the field came Pinnacles. Then Let Go Tomo, Shadow Way, Zipanese well back to count to 0. Followed by Idaloo Tramontana. Here the Angels on the turn. 500 metres to go, a line of 3. It is Cochinero inside of Vivacious Spirit, and 3 out on the track. Immortality, Shark Bite 4 out, or Shark Bite 4 out. Then came Diplomatic Force, Cargo Colt needs a run. Misjudgment wider back to the inside. Shadow Ways. Further back Pen Celeron, and down Pin. Let Go Tomo heads the others. Tramontana wider, Shadow Ways. He dashed for home in the Goodwood. He's 2 in front of Cargo Colt, Diplomatic Force. And further back came Misjudgment, but it's Shadow Ways. Shadow Ways wins the Goodwood 2 lengths. Second, Cargo Colt ahead away. Third, Diplomatic Force. And photo fourth, we had Pinnacles flashing up. Count to 0. Tramontana outside them. Then Misjudgment, Shark Bite, Zip.
Way is taking out the Group 1 Goodwood handicap there in Adelaide ahead of a gallant Cargo Colt, not quite getting the run at the right.
Shadow Ways, Gwenda Johnstone and Mark Pegas at 33.60, 7.60.
100 Marasco back from a break after winning the Group 3 Hyperion at Ascot back in April, and he's the odds-on favourite in front of number.
And their racing came. West River Charlie about to ease out around the heels of McLurch as they come around the home turn. A length and a half to Local Legend, followed by Arctic Park, and Marasco's back behind them, extricating around their heels. He's trying to get out underneath the neck of Rip, and he's now into the open. Local Legend comes out after Lashino with Marasco and Rip starting to gather them in. Here comes Marasco tackling Local Legend. He's got them. Arctic Park gets through late, but Marasco wins it. Marasco scored from either Arctic Park or Local Legend. Rip ran fourth. They were followed by Charlie Bow. William Pike's first ride on the Mighty M, and he has come up trumps. Had to dig him out of a hole to get out underneath the neck of Rip to get clear. And at the 2:10 and 1:30.
Leg of the quadrella, the 3-year-old fillies go over 1,400 metres. The top weight is Listen Here, the very talented horse from the Hayes Yard, $14 on Super Tab, a lot shorter here, $10 here on Course.
The pacifiers go on, and I reckon that might help her.
On Gates back, slow to go Heavenly, and rather Listen Here I should say, and Heavenly also tardy out. Away quickly is Take the Cash from Miss Aristocrat, showing speed as Spousal and Pure Beauty near the fence, bonded in the green handy. They were followed by Autumn Zest and El Domine on the fence. Listen Here pushing through Princess Sparkle, and 2 lengths away Test Us at the 600. Take the Cash has been in front from the time the gates opened, leads the way by a long neck on Miss Aristocrat and bonded. Pure Beauty needs to run the fence from a Spousal. Outside of her, the Clown, then Appetizer. Autumn Zest, El Domine stays to the fence with Listen Here from Ponchalima. Now Santon's a long way back with Princess Sparkle. Santon coming to the outside. Chances galore down to the 250 metres mark. Miss Aristocrat is moving out after Take the Cash. El Domine coming through. Up on the fence. Here's a go. Listen Here pinch the run. El Domine flying. Listen Here in front. Listen Here has won it from El Domine. Not sure third. Miss Aristocrat or Take the Cash. Bonded the Clown. Angelina.
Running double there, 2 and 1. 40.
He's not without a chance of winning this race. There we go. That's the class of 2008 for the BTC Cup. The 8 jockeys that will go around. Apache Cat $1.30 at the moment, and that's
1.5. Apache Cat breathing down there next, followed by Vor Mr. La Montagna, and then the Jackal, Roman, Squire and Swick, the homeward bound. Dance the Waves is the leader. Swiss Ace on the outside. Now Brown calls upon Apache Cat. Vor Mister's trying to go with him from La Montagna. Dance the Waves and Swiss Ace led. Apache Cat and Vor Mister's getting underneath it. Vor Mister and Apache Cat and Swiss Ace. Apache Cat and Vor Mister grab the lead, and the Cat's got up. Apache Cat beat Vor Mister. Swiss Ace is third. It's a photo for fourth. Swick got home with the Jackal.
4 Group 1s in succession. That's a very, very rare feat for any thoroughbred. He's a terrific horse, isn't he?
He is. No, he's a wonderful horse, and you're right.
He's won 4 Group 1s, I think, in his last 4 starts. So
it's 5 Group 1s altogether, isn't it?
Well, he's had a fantastic season. It's been incredible.
He's got to be a serious contender. He's a worthy contender for Horse of the Year.
He sure is.
Well, I'm sure he'll pick up a few votes, although he's running to the wrong horse in the wrong year when Weekend Hustler. But look,
what if he wins the 10,000?
Well, he's right. Oh, look, I'm saying he's a worthy contender for Horse of the Year.
Barrier number 12. But Takeover Target, he's the People's Champion. A winner of 5, Group 1. YB takes the lead from Takeover Target. Capablanca third. Ace and Aces fourth. Magnus nicely to fifth. Followed by Stark Crown and then White Cato going okay. And then on the outside, Salam Dubai, followed by Lovelace. And then Universal Ruler about to come to the outside. And San Zero drops out to last. Takeover Target is the leader turning into the straight from YB. Capablanca. Magnus is moving up on the outside of Takeover Target. Magnus and Takeover Target in the middle is Capablanca. White Cato's running on. Stark Crown, San Zero. Takeover Target and Magnus. Australia roars. Takeover Target's finding something. Magnus on the outside. Takeover Target in front, and he's going to win it. Takeover Target by a half a length. San Zero flew on the outside. Might have got second. second, a nose in front of Magnus. Then Waikato, followed by Stark Crown. Minute 8.8, so that smashes all records. We don't even need to check the list.
He's won in Australia, England, Japan, and Singapore. Let's have a look at it. How often does this happen where we've had a horse that do what Takeover Target's done?
Not very often. It just never happened, I don't think.
Monarchy Princess. A short break and we'll be right back with the Rough Habit Plate here at Doomben.
In comes Havayarn. Now Moatize has been called upon by Bowman going forward from Monchin Glarback. My New Best Friend back on the fence. Pepperwood about to start his run. And then Monarchy Princess and Treberton. Delzara's last of all. They're on the bend. Invincible Power the leader. Mission Critical coming up on the outside from Conley's Choice. My Limit. And now Moatize is getting to the outside from Pepperwood. Mission Critical in front. 250 to go. Here's Moatize followed by My Limit. And further back is Conley's Choice, but it's Moatize moving up to Mission Critical. Moatize and Mission Critical. Moatize on the outside and Mission Critical. They hit it. More Mission Critical or Moatize. Gee, he wouldn't give up the inside horse. There's a nose in this. Mission Critical or Moatize. Now, and the winner is number 2, Mission Critical. Number 2, Mission Critical after being...
Cup, which Mission Critical was a scratching from. He didn't get a run, but he's bounced back today by taking the Rough Habit Plate. But the main event is coming up this afternoon. It's the Group 1 Doomben 10,000 over the 1350. And he's tightened up Apache Cat. He got out to about 260, 270 on the Unitab.
John headed back to the stables and as you...
Jill, Wonder Heli Deck, Apache Cat, third the fence. Just Mamota's racing fourth. Tutelar Montagna, reigning to wins in the middle. Tatalago out 3 deep and there followed them by the Jackal. Bormister had to go back to try to get in and then Turfontaine followed by Hard to Catch and Double Dare. They're on the bend. Murder Jill first for home. Apache Cat, he's away from the rail now. Heli Deck is third followed by Just Mamona reigning to win at the 300 and Apache Cat on the outside. Race to the lead from Murder Jill. 2 lengths away, Heli Deck. And then Josh Mamont reigning to win down the outside. But Apache Cat, he exploded away. He's got his claws into them now, Apache Cat. He's raced away 5, Murder Jill. And Apache Cat bolted him from Murder Jill. Turfontaine third. Josh Mamont run fourth. The next time in the Cat on the outsides, race to the lead from Murder Jill. 2 lengths away, Heli Deck. And then Josh Mamont reigning to win down the outside. But Apache Cat, he exploded away. He's got his claws into them now, Apache Cat. He's raced away 5, Murder Jill, and Apache Cat bolted him from Murder Jill. Turfontaine third, Just Mamont run fourth. The next time in the race then was Double Dare, then the Jackal. Vermister had no luck from the alley, and then Heli Deck, Montagna. And ladies and gentlemen, salute a sprinting champion in Apache Cat. The crowd at Doomben stand, and rightly so, to applaud one of the great sprinters of the Australian turf. There's no doubt about it. He has absolutely annihilated them today.
Year of the Cat. Without Weekend Hustler, it'd be the Year of the Cat, but 5 Group 1s in a row. That's an amazing achievement, and you have to bow to the horse. That was his best ever win, I say.
Yeah. Today was his best win ever that I've ridden him. He murdered...
3. This is the O'Shea Stakes Group 2. What a disappointing lineup we've got here. Appreciate the heavy ground there.
Betting in this race is fairly interesting. I guess the only one the bookmakers don't think can win is Hofmeister, and I'm here to tell you there's been a bit of money for him. At the 700 metres mark, Rampant Line by a length and a half. Scenic Shot cruise through to second. Like It Is under pressure, third. Doug's Mate fourth. Storm Hill's gone, dropped straight out of it. And Hofmeister's gone past him. They're on the bend and looks only 3 chances. Rampant Line, a length to Scenic Shot, and 2 to Doug's Mate, and about 5 to Hofmeister. Past the 400 metres, Rampant Line is the leader. Is only a neck to Scenic Shot. Scenic Shot having a struggle to get the Rampant Line, and they're clear. And then Doug's Mate and Hofmeister. Rampant Line and Scenic Shot. It's a 2-horse war at the 200. Rampant Line, the insides just in front of Scenic Shot, and then Doug's Mate. But Rampant Line, he's finding plenty at the moment. Scenic Shot's having another dig at him. Rampant Line, Scenic Shot to the line, and don't know. Scenic Shot, Rampant Line, Scenic Shot. It was a great run on the O'Shea. 5 to Doug's Mate, 15 to Hofmeister, and tailback last was Storm Hill, and Like It Is. What a finish. What a finish for the O'Shea Stakes. What a race. What a Scenic Shot, and who got the stride in? The outside. Scenic Shot will get it. Number 2, Scenic Shot. Glenn Collis wins a great PJ O'Shea Stakes. One of the most exciting O'Sheas I've ever seen.
2 victory in the O'Shea Stakes.
Race 5, and Frabashi's $1.60. This is the Boom 2-year-old from the Peter Snowden stable in Sydney. He's had the 2 starts, won them both very impressively. $1.60 there.
Fravashi coming after him from Cat Don Teep, Saratoga. Captain Fantastic getting to the outside, and then comes Adnacon to the 200, and Fravashi sprinting quickly, and he is off and gone. Fravashi raced away, out by about a half length. Oh, he wants to hang in on top of Rockdale, but he's getting away from him now than Cat Don Teep. But it's Fravashi in front, and Fravashi draws away, wins the sides brilliantly from Rockdale. Cat Don Teep is third, Saratoga, I'd say, he's run fourth. Just a lip in front there. Oh, straightened him up. He got clear and he drew away.
Eagle Farm, the Stradbroke handicap is only 9 minutes away. Runners are parading, jockeys are up, and they'll be heading out shortly. There's the latest tote betting. Casino Prince at $6.40 out, the favourite on track. The only other horses under 10 at this stage are Pinnacles, which is just inside single figures, and also Vor Mister, which is slightly short of El Cambio.
Favourite has drifted in the last little bit of betting. The best back runner by far is El Cambio. It's in 2 points on course. Very well tried. It's the second.
Swick, and last of all, Atapi. 700 to run. Omni Trader, the leader. Wonder Swiss Ace. Black Ink third. Diplomatic Force is running fourth, and they're being closely followed then by Helideck, which is going up wide. Just behind those on the fences, Pinnacles. Murder Jill is up with that bunch. El Cambio's behind them. Absolute Glamour's next. Casino Prince back on the inside of Vor Mister from German Chocolate as they corner. Black Ink went through. He led at the 400 from Omni Trader. Swiss Ace came at him, so did Pinnacles. Diplomatic Force. Here's Absolute Glam coming down the outside from Mr. Baritone, and Chinchilla Roses coming down the extreme outside late. Black Ink leads inside the 200 metres mark. Absolute Glam hard to catch. Chinchilla Rose Double Dares jumping up out of the ground. Mr. Baritone's grabbed the lead. Hard to catch coming down the outside. Mr. Baritone in front. Mr. Baritone has won the Stradbroke Ellipta hard to catch. It's a photo third, Double Dare or Absolute Glam in front of Chinchilla Rose. Omni Trader, Black Ink, Casino Prince side. But Mr. Baritone just in front, and Mr. Baritone, I'd say, has probably just won it.
No, it's been a great season. We've had a mixed fun with Losing Excellent and Joker.
He's a real rider for the future, this young man, and he's got anchored with his big weight Casino Prince, and El Cambio, well, he's just a real duffer in the going. He compounded quickly in the straight, but look, a fit horse, another backup horse is just amazing.
You say a bit fitter today. The heavy track. There's a wow. Look at that first four. $389,209. That's got to be some sort of record first four. On Super Tab, it's paid $971,000. I know there was a massive carryover jackpot going into the Stradbroke this afternoon.
Casino Prince's win, know is retired to stud.
There at 8 sale on the Brisbane Cup.
And Full Monty last of all. The pressure's on coming up to the home turn, and Fast Future on the inside. The Sportsman and Viewed a line of 3. Scattergun's gone up fourth on the point of the corner. Scenic Shots trying to get on their backs from Love You Leo and Tommy Franks and Tedrific coming to the outside. Viewed shot to the front past the 400. He's clear. Scattergun about to run at a second follow though. The Sportsman, Love You Leo's next, but Viewed, he's a mile in front past the 200. He's in front of about 5 or 6 horses, including Scenic Shot and Full Monty, but it's all Viewed. The cup's all over. This is an annihilation. Viewed 6 in front, close to home, and he'll bolt in. Viewed by 7 lengths to Full Monty. Sky Biscuit third, just in front of Scenic Shot. Viewed, he's a mile in front past the 200. He's in front of about 5 or 6 horses, including Scenic Shot and Full Monty, but it's all Viewed. The cup's all over. This is an annihilation. Viewed 6 in front, close to home, and he'll bolt in. Viewed by 7 lengths to Full Monty. Sky Biscuit third, just in front of Scenic Shot, then Doug's Mate. The Sportsman, Scattergun, Tedrific. Further back on the field, Rezone, Love You Leo, followed by Devastating Brisbane Cup. That goes back to...
It was an absolute cakewalk, Bart Cummings.
Yeah, it was surprising how well he handled the wet. But I always thought he would be a good stayer. They were thoughts.
This horse, Bart, is he going to come back in the spring and be another Cups horse for you, perhaps?
I'll say no more. The picture's better than 1,000 words. Did you see what happened?
Event from
Belmont this afternoon sees El Presidente just heading Marasco, half a point between the duo. We'll take a
start to take off, and Marasco found himself back third last at the 600, but it's a bunching field, and they're being followed by Arroyo Gold and Royal Lot. They're tightly packed up, coming around the corner in the Belmont Sprint. West River Charlie in front, about a neck over El Presidente. Looked to be going very well against Clady, and then 2 lengths away, ripped into the clear. Back behind the Marasco's tracked up very well, and then came Local Legend. Arroyo Gold got chopped out, going up near the fence. El Presidente tackled by Rip. Now Marasco on the rail, bursting through very quickly. It's Marasco shooting through against the fence, takes the lead. Arroyo Gold gets to second from Rip, but Marasco turns the tables around and has won the Belmont Sprint in great style. Marasco beat Arroyo Gold. Could have been a bit stiff in the straight from Rip, followed by Royal Lot. El Presidente weakened out of it. Then and Marasco has accelerated away with El Presidente buckling at the 300 metre mark when
Stakes 9-2 Harada Sun from Australia, now trained by Aidan O'Brien. Tariq at
Still the hare here, the wonder catch from Lingari in second. He's at Harada Sun. Finch Galpio with a chance. Dargina pulled out in the noseband from Sajberg. Cesare going very well in behind runners as they now group together and head towards the final furlong. Finch Galpio strikes on from Dargina. Sajberg. Tariq staging a run on the wide outside. Harada Sun is responding to pressure under the rail. They race inside the final furlong. Bunch finish. Harada Sun has fought his way back into the lead from Dargina and Finch Galpio as they race up to the line. Dargina and Harada Sun on the knot. Harada Sun may just have got there from Dargina. Cesare on the wide outside. Harada Sun is responding to pressure under the rail. They race inside the final furlong. Bunch finish. Harada Sun has fought his way back into the lead from Dargina and Finch Galpio as they race up to the line. Dargina and Harada Sun on the knot. Harada Sun may just have got there from Dargina. Cesare flying home in third.
Told you it would not win at Newbury. Told it had a huge chance here, and here comes the result coming in now.
I do think this is a tactically outstanding performance from the Coolmore boys. Harada Sun.
Yeah. Now, a horse to follow is Lonhro's brother that won at Geelong, Alf?
This was pretty impressive, Graham. It ran pretty good time. The splits were very good in comparison to the rest of the day as well. And look, it's got a pedigree as long as your arm, so you can expect this to certainly go on and be very, very good indeed.
Probably has one more provincial run, then maybe a city midweeker. Peter Snowden was on with Duff and I yesterday on 2KY, and Duff, he was playing it down.
Right, it's 13 minute synthetic track. Schwarzism.
4 lengths hit back last of all. The Going Hard Schwarzism, our Uptown Girl from Barstool to third. It is a 1,000-metre race, I suppose. Next in the race then is Almost French, followed by Trigger Finger. They're all wanting to get to the outside a bit too, where Magic Azure Boy hooked very wide. In the home straight, Schwarzism kicked away from our Uptown Girl. Barstool is there, boxing on Slip of the Tongue underneath them, but it's Schwarzism in front of Slip of the Tongue. Then followed Valina, who's running on a bit, and further back to Trigger Finger, but Schwarzism's in front, and Schwarzism is too good, wins by 2.5. Valina got up for second, I think, where Magic Azure Boy hooked very wide. In the home straight, Schwarzism kicked away from our Uptown Girl. Barstool is there, boxing on Slip of the Tongue underneath them, but it's Schwarzism in front of Slip of the Tongue. Then followed Valina, who's running on a bit, and further back to Trigger Finger, but Schwarzism's in front, and Schwarzism is too good, wins by 2.5. Valina got up for second, I think, in a photo right on the line from Slip of the Tongue.
Well, that was pretty...
Photo right.